Hello, everyone. Ex-Wall Kill Bethelite here. And just like Jehovah's Witnesses have the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses, we need to come up with something called the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses. That's all those dead governing body members that spent their life thinking the end of the world was right around the corner. These are the people that went and told millions of people that they were essentially going to walk right into the new system. They weren't ever going to die. I grew up believing that we're just going to walk right into the new system. The end of the world is so close that people aren't going to die. They're going to walk right into that new system. Well, we have all these dead Jehovah's Witnesses, and none of them saw that into fruition. None of them saw it into fruition. All these people that thought we're going to walk right into the new system, the only thing they thought they had to worry about was great tribulation happening and getting through the great tribulation, and then Armageddon was going to come. Wasn't that the doctrine? And then from there, they're going to walk right into the new system. They thought they might die in the great tribulation, but that was all they were worried about. Well, they died of old age, right? So just like the Jehovah's Witnesses, they have the phrase, the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, we need to have our business plan. Let's make a business plan. We'll call it the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses. And just like some American presidents, they put them on money. They put their image on money. They put their image on something that's going to have value. And they're going to have value for a long time, right? Long after they're dead, their faces, American presidents, their faces are on, the ones that are on money, their faces and images are on something that holds value. Well, for the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, that's the governing body that told everybody they're going to walk into the new system, and then they croaked, they died. I'm talking John Barr. Do you guys remember John Barr? When I was young, he was old. So he died December 4th of 2010. See, that's one of the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, a lot of times when people sell things, it isn't something that I would want, right? Let's say an ex-Jehovah's Witness is selling, I don't know, a cup with something on it. You know, it's not something typically that I would want. But if we come up with a business plan where we can put the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, their faces, their images on things that have no value. See, we're doing the opposite of what people do for American presidents. They put their images on things, money, things that have value. The governing body, or like I like to say, the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, let's put their faces on things that have no value. Like John Barr, Brother Barr. Let's put Brother Barr's face on a package of moist towelettes. I like to eat wings, hot wings, and the sauce gets all on my fingers. We got Wingstop out here, and my favorite wings are the mango habanero wings. I get them with extra sauce and blue cheese dressing. I dipped that wing in that blue cheese dressing. I got blue cheese on my fingers. I got sticky mango habanero sauce on my fingers. Well, we can get that. Brother Barr will rip open our package of moist towelettes, and it'll have Brother Barr's face on it. And I'll just smear just greasy sauce all over his dead face, and just think about, while I'm just munching on my delicious wing, just think about how this dumbass thought he was going to walk into the new system. And now, I mean, he's been dead since 2010. It's like 2020 something. He ain't even got no meat on his bones no more. He just a pile of bone in a box, right? Unless they cremated him, I don't know. He's dead. He's very dead. So for Brother Barr, if we can find a way, I need to get some business partners together to figure out how we can do this. But putting his face, they have pictures of him online. We can just take one of those pictures and put his face on the actual moist towelette. That way I can use Brother Barr's dead face to just wipe the corners of my mouth to get all that blue cheese dressing off, and just rub my fingers on there to get all that barbecue sauce, and then just throw it into the garbage, throw it in the trash. Because he's not worth anything. Everything he taught was a lie. He himself is dead. He didn't walk into no new system. He ain't see nothing about no great tribulation. How about the rest of the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses? How about Theodore? I can never pronounce his last name. Theodore Jarrocks or Jarrahs, or, Theodore Jarrocks. Let's call him that. Well, you probably remember him from a lot of different theocratic videos. And him also, another person that told everybody else they were going to live forever in paradise earth and walk right into the new system. Well, he's been dead since like June 9th, 2010. You got to understand that these dates that I'm giving you, these are holidays to me. When I wake up on June the 9th and I think about not just that Theodore Jarrocks is dead, but just how dead he is. Every June 9th, I think about how much more decomposed he probably is. Do you realize that joyous thought carries me through the day? Like, I'm happy the whole day. You're talking about a holiday. It's a day that should make you happy. There's holidays that we just don't even, come on now. Christmas, come on now. What is the purpose? People get the tree. People have the picture of Santa. They get the stocking. What does that really mean? People just want presents, right? The concept of something that happened on that day, that's not really what it's about. But for me, June 9th, Theodore Jarrocks went in the ground, and it makes me so happy. So I think if we can, again, the business model, we're not taking the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses and making it, because Watchtower's already used that. They'll probably copyright that, right? They'll probably try to come after us or something. But if we use the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, they haven't copyrighted that. So just like we put John Barr on the package of moist towelettes, we can get someone to make for us a roll of toilet paper, like a package of toilet paper, maybe 4 in a pack. And we'll put Theodore Jarrocks' face on each roll of paper, not just one picture of his face for the whole roll. No, that would be disappointing. A picture of his face for every piece of the toilet paper you tear off, right? So if I reach over and I grab me some paper, because I'm just ate all those hot, delicious mango habanero wings with blue cheese dressing. I done tow up like 12 of them. I'll get me 12 pieces. Well, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom probably several times a day, right? But I would be very happy going to the bathroom if I had rolls of toilet paper with one of the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, Theodore Jarrock's face on it. I can roll me up some of that paper and I'll have like 7 Theodore Jarrocks, reach down and let's find a way to make them cool and moist. That way, at the touch of the buttock, it'll feel refreshing. Brother Jarrocks will feel refreshing wiping across my ass. And then I'll throw it, flush it down the toilet, because nothing he said had any value or any worth. Like, our business model makes sense. We're putting worthless people's faces on worthless things. We don't think of toilet paper as something of value, of renown. It's something we use to wipe. And what better to wipe with other than the face of Theodore Jarrocks? We can make it to where his mouth is open while we wipe our asses with his face. So that's what we need to do, is have the moist towelettes and the toilet paper. And then for Guy Pearce, that's another governing body member that I think he died in March, like 2014 or something like that. He's also nice and crispy dead. You know what I mean? Like, he bones in a box. Like, if we could shake his coffin, it would sound like a rattle. You know what I mean? With the skull banging around in there. It's probably not attached to nothing. It's not attached to the spine anymore. It's probably just banging around in there. So we can, for Guy Pearce, for our business model, and I think these will sell. You know what I mean? This will really sell. The bags people use when they walk their dog, and they put their hands in the bag to scoop up the dog poop. Well, if we put Brother Pearce's face on those bags, Guy Pearce, governing body member of Jehovah's Witnesses that's dead, you know, in our business, we'll put his face up as the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses. Let's put his face on a bag. And then that way, every time I reach my hand into a bag, if you take your dog for a walk, you know what I'm talking about. Because at the dog parks, they have these bags there because they want people to clean up after their dog, right? So what better to scoop dog shit with other than one of the faces of one of the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, one of those dead idiots that was telling everybody that they're going to walk into the new system. You don't have to get a career. You don't work to become a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that, because you're not going to need that in the new system. In the new system, everybody's going to be healthy. So why would you want to become a doctor? Yeah, one of those idiots. Let's put his, in our business model, let's put his face on the dog poop bags or dog pooper scooper, you know, something like that. And then you'd be happy every time your dog takes a shit. You'd be just like, take a shit, shitty, 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 shit. You'd be so happy every time your dog takes a shit, because then you get to use Guy Pearce's face, and he had them fat, old, wrinkled cheeks, and scoop the dog shit up and squeeze it a little bit, and then throw it in the dispenser, right? Dog paper doesn't have value. The dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses don't have value. During their lifetime, they didn't say anything other than lies. So Do you guys remember Carrie Barber? Carrie Barber died in like 2007. Like, again, this is somebody else who was old when I was young. So the reason why, when I was in middle school, I did not think I was going to make it to high school. For people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses, the people I'm listing are leaders of Jehovah's Witnesses, this cult, and the cult taught that the members would just walk into this new order ran by God because God was going to come and destroy everybody that's not in the cult. And then just the cult members would be left alive to live in a paradise. Well, you got to understand that when I was in middle school, like these people were so old that we're thinking the end of the world's got to be pretty close. I mean, come on now. The leaders who are telling us this are super old. So obviously it's got to be right around the corner. Well, Brother Barber died. Carrie Barber, nice and dead. And I think Carrie Barber was one of the ones that was shriveled up and old and dead. Like, he was like one of the people that when you get so old, you start to shrink. Like you're so tall, but then you get so old, you just shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink. And then by the time you're so old, you're just like you're a dwarf. You know what I mean? I think if I remember correctly, Carrie Barber was one of them real old shriveled up dudes, and he didn't make it. He didn't make it. So let's put Brother Barber, and again, if we can figure out how to make this business model work with our dead bodies of Jehovah's Witness business model, oh yeah, I'm spending money on it. I'm buying these products if we can figure out how to make this happen. Let's put Brother Barber on a condom, right? So you know how Brother Barber was, he was standing up tall like this, and then he started to shrink and shrink and shrivel and stuff like that. Well, you put your condom on, and if you're a guy, you're erect, right? But then as you handle your business, you're not erect anymore. It goes back to the way it was before. Well, that's how Brother Barber was. Brother Barber was kind of like a erect penis in his younger years. And then as he got older, he was like a penis that's no longer erect anymore. And then he died. And they put him in a ground or in a jar, whichever one. If they put him in the ground, I'm happy. If they put him in a jar, I'm happy also. So to celebrate the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, again, that's the business model. Don't steal it. Let's put Brother Barber. If we can produce some condoms, we got his old face online. He's been old, so for as long as I've been alive, he's been old. I don't think I've seen a picture of him young, so I don't know if the ladies will like the picture of an old guy coming after him as the guy gets ready to penetrate, but it's worth a try. So let's put Brother Barber on the condom, and again, good old Brother Barber will be erect while the sexual act is going on. But then after, a couple of sessions of sexual act, Brother Barber will watch. It'll be like the real life Brother Barber, because his face will be on the condom. And then as the penis gets, it's like it's the real Brother Barber shriveling up into little raisin, Brother Raisin Barber, and then just die. So Brother Barber, I think that was in April. So most April, I'm pretty happy. Like early April, I think it's like the 8th. And then Brother Schroeder, Albert Schroeder. Some of these people are so old that you don't remember them. But these are people, Albert Schroeder, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he was a governing body member. But some of these people are so old, you do not remember them. This should make people wake up. Hold on. Somebody who is a governing body member, a person we thought God sent to talk to us and tell us the end of the world was right around the corner. You mean to tell me they've been dead so long, I don't even know who they are? You mean to tell me a messenger for God that was telling us the end of the world was around the corner, and him and everybody that was listening to him was going to walk right into the new system? You mean to tell me that him and those people been dead so long, we don't even know who they are? I'm talking current members of Jehovah's Witnesses. Let's do a bet. Call one of your relatives. Text one of your relatives. Ask them who Albert D. Schroeder is. Without them looking it up, see if they're able to tell you who it is. So if they can't even tell you who it is, do you know how sad that is? Don't nobody even know who the hell this man is, and he was a governing body member of Jehovah's Witnesses. Now he's a dead body of Jehovah's Witnesses, and we know these people have no value. Jehovah's Witnesses don't commemorate them at all. They forget who they ever even were. So the current governing body members, that's what's going to happen to them. They're going to die, and then people are only going to remember who the heck they are 10 years later when they're still talking about the end of the world is right around the corner. Dude, people died saying that same thing. They've been dead so long, y'all don't even remember who they are. So what should we do with Brother Schroeder? You know what I mean? Nobody even knows who the heck he is. But let's think of something that we need to use. And it doesn't have trash bags. Let's put Brother Schroeder's face on a box of trash bags. And I kid you not, if we can figure out how to do that, I will buy every box of trash bags you have. That'll just be the brand I buy every time I need a trash bag. So we'll open up, if I need a trash bag, I'll just, hey, hand me a dead bag of Brother Schroeder. That's what I'll say. Just hand me a dead bag of Brother Schroeder, Brother Dead Bag Schroeder, and then you just hand me a trash bag and just have this big old face of Brother Schroeder. And the greatest thing about it is we'll throw that bag outside for the trash man to come pick up, and Jehovah's Witnesses will drive past and see the bag with their dead governing body member's face on it. And not even know who the hell he is. They'll drive past them with their watchtowers and be like, I wonder who that was on the face of, whose face that was on a trash bag that was sitting outside. Yeah, that's Brother Schroeder, guys. One of your governing body members who been dead so long, you don't even know who the hell he is, but he thought he was going to walk into this new system. No, he walked into the coffin, you know what I mean? So we'll figure out, if we can get his coffin, we'll shake it too, and just listen to his skull bang around inside that coffin and be like, brother, are you in there? The new system, it's still not here yet. And then we'll put him back in the ground there. But Daniel Sidlick, this is somebody, if you ask Jehovah's Witnesses, if you ask them who Brother Sidlick is, most likely they'll be able to, at least the older Jehovah's Witnesses should be able to tell you who Brother Sidlick is. That name should ring a bell. Well, Brother Sidlick has been dead since 2006. Just like Albert Schroeder, I think Brother Sidlick, Daniel Sidlick, died, I think, the same year. But for whatever reason, I think he's a little bit more well-known. I could be wrong. Hey, let's do trivia with the current, Jehovah's dumb witnesses. Let's do trivia. Ask them. Hey, cult member, do you remember this person? Do you remember Daniel Sidlick, the guy who told you the end of the world was around the corner? Yeah, the dead guy. The guy that said y'all are going to walk right into the new, yeah, the dead guy. The dead guy who told y'all don't need to have kids in this system. The new system is so close. There's no reason to have kids now. You just wait a couple of months and then the new system will be here. Then you can have kids. Yeah, that guy, the guy that's dead now because the system didn't come. None of the stuff he was talking about came true. Ask them if they know who that guy is. And what we'll do is we'll put his face, Daniel Sidlick. You know what I mean? Let's put Daniel Sidlick's face on something. And you guys let me know in the comments section, because you guys can think of products also that we can use to put our business model, right? Here's the business model. The dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, all these dead governing body members, and we'll put their faces, since, most countries, they put the president's faces on money, things of value. Well, with the governing body or the dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, the dead governing bodies members, we'll put their faces on things that have no value, things that we use all the time, and that'll be our business model. The dead bodies of Jehovah's Witnesses, and there'll be all these products underneath there, and you guys aren't going to steal my business model and get rich off of it. That's in the little, that's in the fine print there that you guys sign. But yeah, come up with some. We can put Brother Sidlick on some. The little things that you use to trim your pubic hairs. We can put, Brother Sidlick's face on that, so when people are they need to trim their pubic hairs, around their penis or vagina or whatever whatever the case may be, you guys need to trim down there. For the people that have micro penis, they need to trim down there so that people can find the penis. Imagine having to go to the bathroom and you can't find your penis because you've got micro penis and you got too much hair down there. Well, you trim it. See, you trim it. Ladies don't want to let that get out of control either. You trim it. See, so what you can use to trim it is one of these razors or something to that effect. But let's put Brother Sidlick's face on it, because Brother Sidlick used to teach things that were straight BS. There's no value to it. So now that he's good and nice and dead, and I'm talking been dead so long, the meat fell off the bone. And really, whatever, basically a person who lived a very good life, if you believe in karma, died and was reincarnated as the maggot that got to eat all these dead people. All these dead Jehovah's Witnesses, they got to eat and feast on their bodies. If you were really, really good, that was the reward, a very good reward. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss our new business model. X Wallkill Bethelite signing out.